Hello everyone! Welcome to another video with BB, brought to you by BB. Located in Washington State, USA. Woohoo! Today's video is just a little short rant about Rugrats. Not the new Rugrats on Paramount Plus. I'm not saying it's garbage, but I'm not a fan of it. I get it that it's kind of redone for both millennials who are now adults who watched it growing up and also for little kids to watch as well, but it's just not my kind of show. I watched, I think, 5 episodes and then I was like, I'm done. Forgive this computer, it likes to go to sleep a lot. I'm tired too. But I'm just going to show some Rugrats title cards that I truly enjoyed seeing as a kid. The Santa Experience, The Jungle, Barbecue Story. Barbecue Story is a good one. Barbecue Story is the one where Tommy is playing with his favorite ball. The one that has the star on it. And then Angelica comes over, starts taunting the babies, and she throws the ball, kicks the ball way over the fence to the next fence to the next fence into 2 yards over. And then the episode kind of just shows how the babies, from their point of view, very small, low to the ground, they just kind of go on a journey through their own backyard, to the next backyard, to the next backyard. And not only do they have to get the ball from a big scary doggy, which looked like it was making fun of Sandlot. And then later on, through some chaos in the barbecue party, we see Grandpa Lou's teeth get spit out of his mouth, his dentures, and they end up in the mouth of a goose? Like, why was there a rogue goose flying around in the backyard of the Pickles house? It just doesn't make any sense. Rugrats pilot episode, aka Tommy Pickles and the Big White Thing. Tommy did not speak a word in that episode. He was not talking to any other babies. He was just doing the typical baby babble, different type of noises as he was figuring out what the bathroom was, what the toilet was, how it flushed, somehow pulling himself up onto the toilet paper roll, which spun out of control, knocking over a garbage can, using the plunger to swing around, and then ultimately Spike, the dog, came to his rescue, just like right at the right moment. He was just passing by. The turkey who came to dinner, that was like season 5 or season 6. It was, I think, right before Dill. So right before the Rugrats movie, before Dill was introduced. That was the Thanksgiving special. Don't Poop on My Parade. Don't recall that one. Chucky's Wonderful Life. I think that was the one where Chucky gets rich. Well, technically Chaz won a lottery ticket or gained an inheritance or somehow came into big money. And then they became rich and lived in a bigger mini mansion, and Chucky was put in like some private preparatory preschool, and the other kids didn't like him, and then he was all alone. He had to wear a little uniform and a funny hat. And the babies were like, we don't know if we like Chucky anymore because he lives a different life. And at the very end of it all, Chaz gave it all up because it didn't fit him. It didn't fit his personality or his lifestyle or how he wanted to raise Chucky. The bank trick. Ooh. The bank trick. That was early Rugrats. Was that the one where the baby Angelica and I can't remember if it was Dee Dee who took Tommy and Chucky to the bank, and somehow they got inside the ATM machine. Or was it Charlotte who took Angelica and Tommy? I can't remember. Paddle Pusher. That was like season 5 or season 6, just before Dill and Chucky got his first training wheel bike, which in reality for a 2.5-year-old back then, and even now, would be like a 14-inch toddler bike. No big deal. But in the show, it looked huge because it was a cartoon and it was about point of view. And he managed to learn how to ride it with all the safety pads and the helmet. It was kind of cute. I think the McNulty babies were also in that episode. Showdown at Teeter Totter Gulch. Oh, that was a... Was that the one with the annoying boy who was a big bully named Josh? I can't remember. I've lost control of my life. Oh, that's just a fan-made thing. Waiter, there's a baby in my soup. Man, I love that episode. I freaking love that. That was where... It was like season 1 or season 2. No, it was season 1 because Tommy didn't talk in that episode. And only in season 1 were there a handful of episodes where Tommy was not interacting with any other babies. And so he wasn't talking. He was just making his random baby noises. Thinking noises, surprise noises, gasps, crying, confused noises. Almost like those weird-ass anime noises we hear in, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And other shows. Waiter, there's a baby in my soup. Stu and Dee Dee go to a restaurant to meet with a weird-looking man named Mr. Mucklehoney. And he's like a toy investor. And Stu is trying to pitch a toy, like a business pitch and a toy pitch to Mr. Mucklehoney about some kind of something. And he kind of fails at all of it, and then they don't even notice Tommy isn't even in the restaurant provided high chair anymore. They don't care. And at one point, you see Tommy going through the whole restaurant kitchen, getting into pots and pans, ending up in other people's, like, pots and pans and food, and adding ingredients like ratatouille, but ratatouille wasn't a thing yet. That was funny. And then they order a big pot of pasta or something, Stu and Dee Dee and Mucklehoney, and then, and Mr. Mucklehoney looks a little bit like Dr. Lipschitz. Okay, I'm gonna do another episode. Please wait.